When you project to what where we stand for this football team right now, you gave me a precursor before we started to record, just in regards to, I guess we'll start with the transfer portal additions and subtractions. What is worth noting there?
Well, I think the big news actually happened about 24 hours ago. We're recording this Thursday early afternoon, right around the same time that a former five-star player, Jordan Burch, who started his career at South Carolina, native to, I believe, Columbia, South Carolina, so he's a hometown kid down there for the Gamecocks, decided he would enter the portal about, I would say, a week ago, and visited Oregon over last weekend and finalized a commitment to join Oregon on Wednesday, again, right around this time, right around noon. And this is a big addition for the program. You looked at the way the season finished, and 10 wins, you won't poo-poo that. The fact that, gosh, if you're probably a healthy quarterback from winning 11, maybe 12, maybe the year goes totally different. But the very clear thing there are a lot of things on defense that were problematic, but I think the biggest one was lack of a pass rusher. Oregon finished with its fewest sack total, and get this, Mark, since 1986. They had only 18 sacks, and they had 5 over the last 7 games. So they completely fell apart in that regard. Just could not get after quarterbacks, and you're playing in the Pac-12 where you have some pretty good ones. That becomes an issue. So Birch is a player that you bring in, and I know the sack totals don't jump off the page when you look at what he did at South Carolina, but the pedigree is there. The type of athlete is there. We talked about it on our Odds and Audibles podcast, reacting to it about yesterday afternoon. And our kind of one of our points is that, a guy like Birch might get lost a little bit in the SEC, where there's dozens of big bodies that are athletic like that. But out west in the Pac-12, he's going to be pretty close to a one of one. There just aren't a lot of 6'6", 275 guys who are running 4'6", 4'7" in the 40 like he does. So I think it's a huge addition, a player that Dan Lanning recruited while he was at Georgia. That was I think Georgia was one of the finalists. They were pretty close to pulling that one off. And now Dan gets an opportunity to coach him for what will be his final 2 seasons if he needs it. And I think the expectation right now feels like, though, he's a best case scenario, he'll be a kind of a Christian Gonzalez 1-year rental player who comes in and is arguably your best defensive player for a season and then moves on. So I think this is the biggest addition that they've made, certainly this offseason, and probably right up there with the Christian Gonzalez and Bo Nix and Bucky Irving additions of last year's portal.
Yeah, Jordan Burch has played quite a bit of football. He's got 31 games logged at South Carolina, recorded 60 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks this past season, 105 total tackles with a pick in his career in Columbia.